Counter-Strike enthusiasts from around the globe, welcome back. We're officially underway here for what is the grand final of the Melbourne in a open qualifier. So the winner of this best of three will be advancing to the closed qualifier. Excuse me if I sound like I'm dying right now. I'm a hair under the weather, but I did not want to miss this series. Good friend Beaky looking to take things to the next level here. George dropping 2 with the USP, both by way of headshot from jungle. Looking for a third towards site, finds it. Gets the trade there onto Beaky. That does bring the man advantage to GG. Brett has been spotted in sight. George could be going for the ace there. Gets the 4th kill, turns his attention towards Big Pit. Austin versus 2. It's the trial member for BHOP trying to make a big play, but it's actually going to be the OG Exotic coming through with that final headshot needed for GG. Really could have went either way there at the A site. But the Gladiators being the more solidified team here certainly have the upper hand overall. BHOP not on a full force buy, even though they have gone for some upgraded pistols here. Brett actually forcing up. He's the lone full force here on the T side, AK in hand. Brett doing some light damage there at lane. Further contact about to be made here at mid, and is Exotic sidestepping from the mid cubby. Kills one. He could definitely get more here. Dodges the flash, at least for the most part. Does get a second from cubby, but it's Brett trading back for 2. This is Brett, formerly of Third Impact and a few other ECL and advanced NA squads. Austin playing on a trial basis here for BHOP. Stanislaw and Spermy not in the server here today. I don't know the exact extent of the situation, if Spermy's moving on from the team or not. Pretty sure Stan is still in the mix, but he's just not with the team here today. Beaky able to finish off B-Wills there towards the B entryway. George going to be finished off as well as he made his way to the front of the B side. So BHOP coming through clutch there on the eco round. That wasn't even a full force buy, but they pull it off. Gladiators have full forced in response here. I don't know if 3 Deagles and 2 5.7s is going to be enough firepower here, but you never know with the Gaimin Gladiators. A lot of experience on that side. CX and Austin do each get a pick at Banana, and that's probably going to be enough for BHOP to close out this round. Falling back towards the A site, Beaky with the 5.52 actually. Killing George and all. It's just Carson and Exotic remaining here for the Gladiators. Essentially just looking for exits. Bomb's been planted at the back of the A site. And the Gladiators find themselves in a little bit of a tough position early in the map here. They're going to be going into round 4 with essentially no funds. Beaky with another 5.52 kill there, preventing any exits. Exotic remaining on the other side of Arches. CX gonna finish him off with a quick reaction headshot. BHOP now in the lead. And as mentioned, the Gladiators are very low on funds here. Single HE nade being purchased by Cynic, and it looks like that's going to be the only purchase made here on the counter-terrorist side. Welcome if you're just joining us. I am a little bit sick, which explains my voice sounding a bit odd today, if you were wondering. Gladiators on just 5 USPs. So BHOP in a prime position to grab another round here. Minute 5 remaining in round 4. No major contact being made here yet. Austin lurking into jungle, able to get the initial pick there. He's looking for more, but it's actually Brett registering the next kill into the A-halls. And it looks like the A site is going to be clear enough for BHOP here. The kills just keep rolling out at the A site. CX able to get that final kill over in jungle, and BHOP does indeed go up by 2, but the Gaming Gladiators have just enough funds for a full rifle buy here, albeit without a single set of head armor here on the CT side. BHOP on a bit of a split here. 3 up mid, 2 down banana. CX getting a bit aggressive towards jungle. BHOP has a lot of options here. Brett able to drop one there at the end of banana, but B-Will's responding for a trade +1. Some quick headshots there from B-Wills, and that should be just enough to fend off the banana push. It is Austin with the trade here over at lane. BHOP trying to make a play towards A. Not a lot of time remaining here. Just 1 CT left at the A site. That's Cynic in Big Pit able to finish off CX in front of the site, and off the repeat from Big Pit, he's able to kill Austin as well. Gaming Gladiators again trailing by just a single round. And for those of you wondering, according to Beaky, it looks like Stan has left BHOP. The rest of the team decided to move on without Spermy, and hence the trials here today with Austin and Brett. A lot of contact being made here, upper mid, just outside of Boiler. BHOP coming out on top of that one with the man advantage, sending multiple players towards the B site now. Exotic trying to make a play here. The B entryway does kill one. Beaky good for the trade, but Cynic able to immediately trade back through the smoke. That's a huge trade there for Cynic. Definitely changes the optics of the round quite a bit as BHOP was forced to go back to the A side and then right into the arms of George with that MP9. George being sneaky there over on balcony, and his patience pays off. Austin with a nice pick there into alt. BHOP is on a full buy, 5 AKs in play here. Neither team using an op. And I believe that ultimately does benefit BHOP. That opens up mid and banana a lot without any defensive op in play. Lurking up mid, quickly headshots Exotic as he steps out of the mid cubby. 2-man advantage for BHOP. Looks like they do want to commit A, but technically they could still fall back. B-Wills on the peak from Library. The timing was perfect. Brett down. Silas is able to kill George there. Inside, B-Wills in turn gets a pick down by the mid cubby. Bomb planted here at the A side. B-Wills and Carson. Looks like they're indeed just going to fall back with their weapons to save here over at B. BHOP back in the lead, but Gaming Gladiators did have some cash to fall back on, so they are on majority rifles again. The exception being Cynic settling for an MP9. Exotic also on just a scout this round, but it's Carson taking some significant Molotov damage there at the end of Banana. That's going to tag him all the way down to 39. CX trying to get an angle here into the B entry, but it's Carson dinking and then finishing off CX through the smoke there at the B entryway. That was fairly brutal from Carson. BHOP now reevaluating their options. They have 3 leaning towards the A side from mid and alt, but it is not an A commit quite yet. Iki playing the lurk there over at the B entry. Beaky further distracting over at the B side, but it looks like BHOP is going to head A. Essentially, no time to fall back now. They're already up in front of default. Silas and Austin able to get 2 headshots into sight. George trading back for 2 from Big Pit before Silas is able to find redemption and then plants the bomb center of the A site. (2v2) situation post plant. And Carson moving in from jungle. Beaky keeping an eye on mid side jungle, able to pick 1, and that leaves only Carson remaining with 1 HP. He's just going to fall back to save the weapon. BHOP going to put themselves up by 2. And yeah, I'm kind of liking this new BHOP lineup we've got here today. Gladiators again low on funds. Carson was able to retain that A1S from last round. But BHOP should be able to get another round on the board here. George getting a bit aggressive. He's pushed all the way down by Firewood at Banana. Again, this is just 4 USPs, 1 silenced M4 in play here for the Gaming Gladiators. Brett leading the charge here out the A side. Drops into Big Pit, kills 3, all in different locations. Watching that flank, able to kill George in alt, and it's going to be only Carson remaining here for the Gaimin Gladiators, so BHOP is going to go up by 3. Carson with an exit over by construction, but his location is now known. And his days were indeed numbered. Austin officially puts BHOP, up 6-3. Gaming Gladiators with enough money for rifles, but again, not a single set of head armor here on the CT side. We'll have to see if that adversely affects them or not. Again, no timeout being taken. Gladiators seem to just want to let things flow as they try to rally back into this. Brett has made contact with Cynic here at the top of the boiler stairs. Brett almost had to go for the spam kill, but does end up hitting the headshot off the peak there. George eventually getting redemption as he swiftly slides through the side of the A halls. Oh, no, we're not. We're not in a 4-on-4. Carson with a pick there at the B site. He's traded out. Austin able to drop 1 from Alt. Exotic going to trade him out. Fast forward, we're now in a 2v2. Exotic on the peak. Down Banana off the flank. Does headshot CX. Silas good for immediate redemption, leaving us in a 1v1 situation. B-Will's still loitering over at Banana, but it looks like he's picking up the pace now. Silas does get the bomb planted at a default. B-Will's looking to wrap from mid to lane. Silas in the back of the A site. Keeping an eye on that wraparound angle first, but he should be able to react in time if B-Wills walks in from the right here. He hears the footsteps. Silas had a potential opportunity for the headshot there. Had a bit of a misfire, but he's going to get the clutch regardless. Both players dying in the detonation, but BHOP now up by 4. And continuing to look very sharp here on Inferno. This was BHOP's pick of Inferno. Map 2 going to be GG's pick of Mirage. And if this goes to a decider, it'll be Overpass. Cynic able to drop 2 there at the top of the ace. There's trades have gone out. Brett and Silas get some important AK picks. Pinky good for another AK headshot over at jungle. It's only Carson remaining here for the CT side. 1v2. Carson did get a nice ranged 5-7 headshot there in mid, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Carson potentially just going to save this AK. He is making quite a bit of noise here. BHOP now up by 5. But the Gaimin Gladiators did have some cash to fall back on. They're on full rifles. Exotic on an op this round as well. I do feel like he could be the potential X factor here. Brett, nice pick down the A-halls. He's able to avoid any trade attempts there. Some nades being exchanged at middle, but really no one making any visual contact again yet. BHOP continuing to let a bit of time off the clock here. They've got 2 in lower mid, 2 upper mid, 1 alt. Brett actually over in boiler now. Exotic is laser focused on boiler. Brett gonna have to be very careful over there. Meanwhile, a couple BHOP players still trying to make something happen there at the B side. B-Will is going to put down Silas at the front of the B side. Austin going to use that as his cue to lead BHOP onto A. He does pick Exotic center of sight. That's a huge pick. Opper down. CX going to swap out for that op, and it looks like GG just really saving weapons, but Beaky still lurking over by B. Does drop 1. Cynic going to trade him out, but this is still going to be a BHOP round, of course. Carson pushed back down ramp. Was able to get a late exit there. BHOP approaching this round passively. Silas already made his way past the B barrels actually to get the initial pick. BHOP is really feeling it with these early round kills. Or early in the round kills, rather. Not necessarily entry kills, but just some solid picks all around here from BHOP. With that said, BHOP has been able to get all the entry kills they've needed on all these site executions. And I don't see any reason why they're not going to be able to take the A site here. Gaimin Gladiators really can't afford any more mistakes. They find themselves down by 6 already, so this is a significant deficit that the Gladiators are working against. Some trades going out here at the A site. BHOP holding it down again. CX with a nice no-scope into the A site itself. BK able to get that final kill at A. BHOP now up by 7. This is definitely getting a bit wild here. The Gladiators were, of course, the favorites going into this, and essentially still are, but BHOP definitely showing us a different narrative here at the moment. Key from Firewood, able to get the initial pick here at Banana. BHOP should be able to work off that. Cynic still lurking past that Molotov. He was able to kill Silas from that exact location before falling back. Cynic off the re-peek, able to kill CX as well. Man advantage for the Gaimin Gladiators. Peek into cross, does kill one. B-Will's good for the immediate trade, +1, and then Exotic able to get the final kill there off the rotation. So Gaimin Gladiators able to get a much-needed 4th round for themselves as we head into the final round of the first half. GG gonna have to have a huge second half if they're gonna rally back into this. Cynic being aggressive down mid, kills 2 immediately there. At lower mid, Austin eventually trading him out from alt. But the aggression from Cynic there ultimately does pay off. Austin actually got tagged down to 42 there as well, so that almost turned into a 3K for Cynic. Making his way into jungle. Picks one quickly there. Arches CX misses a solid opportunity there at lower mid. B-Wills and George taking advantage of the situation, each coming up with a close range pick. B-Wills able to get the final kill of the first half there at the beginning of Banana. So GG does grab 5 rounds on the half. Will that be enough to rally back? We'll be back in just a few minutes to find out. Keep this tab open.
Yeah. never let you double cross them. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you not one. You ain't sacrificed, nah, you ain't lost.
Welcome back, everyone. Second half of map 1 underway. Gaimin Gladiators rushing it down. Banana Austin off the peak. They're able to drop one. Beaky trying to back him up. Does kill another. Silas not able to come up with one from Sandbags there on the crossfire. Carson able to pick Brett at the back of the B side. And the B stack not working out there. For BHOP, I was expecting a bit more on the trades there, but BHOP is still up by 4. Let's see if they go for the force or not here. BHOP does indeed decide to go for the full force. 3 Desert Eagles, 2 5.7s, 2 sets of head armor here.